Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is Amanda. So today is the 21st of July and I am re-recording this video that actually I made yesterday. I made an hour video yesterday, but I had the fan on, the desk fan, and the noise, I just couldn't get it off the recording. So I'm redoing it today, but it's probably as it's meant to be. I am going to share some of what came through yesterday that's still relevant, and I'm sure there's going to be new information that wasn't recorded yesterday. Hope that you're all doing well wherever you are in the world, and we're going to be looking in this video at the period between the 23rd to 24th of July, where we have an Aquarius full moon, and the 22nd of August, when we have another Aquarius full moon. Now, I hadn't realised or appreciated that fact until yesterday, and tuning into it, I just thought, wow, okay, Aquarius full moon followed by another Aquarius full moon. Wonder what happens in the 4 weeks in between the two of them. So I tuned into Archangel Metatron, my guide, and some information came through, which I'm going to share. I'm also going to pull some cards and we'll see what we get today. I have a good idea of what may very well come up as themes, but we'll just see. We'll see what wants to come through. And also, of course, in between these two Aquarian full moons, we also have Lion's Gate, which I will be doing a separate video on. Thank you so much, Cindy, who has sent me, what have I done with it? This. I must just show you this. This is like a little taster of Lion's Gate energy. Look, she's painted me that. Isn't that brilliant? I love it, Cindy. I really love that. So we're going to be tuning into that. But anyway, oh, I'm hearing The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Ooh, do you remember that song, Tight Fit? Tight Fit, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. I'm not even going to attempt to sing that. But that's it. The lion is sleeping, but he's got one eye open. So what do I mean by that? I mean that the Lion's Gate energy is... well, I think it opens, I think I'm right in saying this from memory, I think it's about the 26th of July. So we've just got an awful lot going on, okay? Let's get to it. Let's see what is what. But as I say, Lion's Gate, I'll do a separate video on that nearer the time. Today it's about what on earth is going on with all of this Aquarian full moon energy. I think what would be good is maybe just to pull one card for the 23rd, 24th of July, full moon, another card for the one on August, and then we'll just get a picture of what is going on. I'm going to use a couple of decks today. I feel like I want to start with this one, which is the Gaia Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. So, okay, let's call in Archangel Metatron. I have to say that I think that this next 4-week period, I mean, spirit is around us all the time, but I do feel as though they're all crowding in to help. I mean, even today, choosing my cards, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 decks. No, I've got 6, I've got 7 decks sitting here on my desk. It's pretty unheard of that I'm pulling in this amount of help, but it felt symbolic when I was doing it. I was like, gosh, there's so much guidance that is out there at the moment and so much support that we can tap into. We've just got to ask. So let's ask now. Okay, that card's come out. We've got the card of Harmony, which is linked into power, self-confidence and productivity. I want to put that in the middle of the whole reading. Okay, the card of Harmony. That's what we're trying to get to. Interestingly, on the bottom of the deck, we've actually got the card of Apprehension. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's like a nervous laugh because I get it. It's, at one level, the human race, which includes you and me, we're funny creatures because we want harmony on one level, but yet actually we are apprehensive about moving towards it. Because, I mean, look at that card, the card of Apprehension. It talks about the fact that actually, even though we want things to change, we are apprehensive about moving out into the new world because we have doubt and fear. It's as though we don't trust it. And when I say the new world, I'm talking about the new earth consciousness, okay? It strikes me that this 4 weeks with, as I say, the two Aquarian pillars, are very much linked into trying to seed and birth a very important wave of new Aquarian age energy. You and I have heard the talk about the Aquarian age for decades, probably. When does it start? When is it going to start? There's no consensus on when it is starting or has started. I'd like us to remember that time isn't linear anyway. Many of us are already living in the Aquarian age on a different timeline from other people. Some of us have actually come back from the future where we're quite happily living the Aquarian age to help steer humanity through this period where much of humanity is very apprehensive about this coming new dawn. Not because they don't want it, just because it's almost as though I don't quite trust that it's here. And I also don't know what it's going to really feel like when it arrives. So we have to just maybe take a moment to feel into that. And I think own the fact that very often we say, I want, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open. But actually, when it's truly here is a different matter. Because when it truly is here, everything changes. And when everything changes, you have to change. Your life has to change. What's around you has to change. So these two cards speak volumes to me in terms of where humanity and we are at the moment. Wanting the better world, but equally being a little apprehensive, because the thing is, we understand the old world. We might not like the old world and what it stands for and all of the issues and the problems with it, but it's what we've grown to know. And, I'm talking about through many, many lifetimes. We reincarnate back, I believe, on this planet. And, some of us are like, oh my God, same old, same old. It hasn't changed very much, has it, since I was here, 200 years ago. Okay, let's roll up our sleeves and have another go at it. But it's what we know. Whereas where we're at now in terms of humanity is we are actually being asked to help birth the new, and steer other people and help them understand it as well, whilst we're also having a bit of a wobble sometimes and a shake. Okay, so first two cards. Let's now pull one card for full moon on July the 23rd, 24th. One card, please, Metatron, for full moon, July the 23rd, 24th. Where do we start? Where do we start? The eternal dance. Movement, the wheel of life, and the path of least resistance. Okay, so that last bit, the path of least resistance, is really important, I feel. It's as though change is here, both within our personal lives and the collective, very much so. And there is no point resisting what is coming. There is no point resisting what is already here. The wheel of life is exactly that. Gaia, Mother Earth, is ascending and is changing and is moving, and we have to dance with her. Okay, right, let's see where we end up. Let's have a card, please, for August the 22nd, and then we'll just fill in the gaps in between the two. One card for August the 22nd. I'll go to other decks as well. We've got Remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Now, it's really interesting, that card, because look at that. This looks like somebody who's just had a very arduous journey. She's swum across the ocean to the new land, and she's literally, it's almost like she's just beached herself, It's like, I've arrived, but, I'm covered in seaweed. I could do with a drink and some sustenance, but I'm here. I've arrived, I'm here, okay? And what's interesting is that even though it's here, there's almost like a remembrance of what has been lost and what we've had to let go of. So behind her is where she has moved away from. In front of her, you can't even see what is in front because she doesn't know. She has to get herself up out of the waters and emerge. And I'm actually seeing the energy of, I was talking to my daughter about this yesterday. Apologies for the background noise in this video from time to time. It's actually my daughter doing some hoovering. That's what you can hear at the moment. I was telling that daughter about the movie Splash with Daryl Hannah, because it reminds me of this card. And the point is that I think in that movie, Daryl Hannah is a mermaid, isn't she? And she arrives and she has to adjust to a new, to Earth, to, you know, life in a city. Does she eventually go back into the water or not? I can't remember. It doesn't matter for the point of this reading. What I'm really feeling is it's as though this also feels as though there's something within this next 4-week period whereby we're really bringing back and remembering our past life heritage and our skills and our talents from watery ages. And by that, I'm talking about Lemuria, and I'm talking about Atlantis. Okay, so what Metatron's saying to me now is that we know that Atlantis, for example, fell. We know that it fell. We didn't make it, basically, in Atlantis. I mean, there was a golden civilization, and then it all started to go a bit pear-shaped, you know? It all started to become corrupt, and, you know, where human beings screwed it up, basically, you know, via corruption and ego, and the civilization fell. There is a theory, of course, that all civilizations eventually fall, if you look back through history. But let's just take Atlantis as one example, because that was one example of a pinnacle of excellence and wisdom and healing ability. And it sort of got lost in the ocean, okay? But the thing is, it didn't really get lost because it's still within us. It's within me and it's within you. And it's as though there is a remembrance of that and an arrival back to it. It's as though we're all like these mermaids and mermen coming out of the watery sea, and taking our knowledge of Atlantean energy, Lemurian energy, now into New Earth. It's not recreating Lemuria, it's not recreating Atlantis, because that's been done before. It's taking the best bits of the past and helping to build New Earth. And I don't know what this new age will be called in thousands of years, where we are right now. But I can tell you that whatever the age is, well, I know it's the Aquarian age, but I also feel the civilization that we're about to be building is going to be called something. I'm hearing the Crystalline Civilisation or something like that. It's the Crystalline Age. We're becoming crystalline children. We know that our body's becoming more filled with light. Mother Earth is becoming more filled with light. And so we match her vibration. But before that can happen, there is this massive cleansing and purification going on across our planet at the moment. I was just watching the news and they had the pictures coming in from China. I don't know if you've seen it, but, you know, in parts of China, and when I say parts of China, I'm talking about cities where I think one of the cities has 100 million people living there. There's only 70 million people live in the UK. So this one city in China, which has had some of the flooding, has 100 million people living in it. They had something like 22 inches of rain yesterday or the last couple of days. Biblical flooding. Pictures of the tube network, or, you know, the underground rail network. I mean, my God, these poor guys just literally being on a tube train and it suddenly gets filled half full with water. And most people survived it and were got out, but some didn't make it. But, you know, it's biblical flooding. We've had flooding across a lot of Europe, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium. I can't remember seeing flooding like that for, well, I don't think ever in my lifetime, not in places like that. And then we've got this extreme heat energy, which I don't know whether the fires are already starting in parts of America, but it can't, I don't want to wish anything in, but, you know, extreme heat is going to equal extreme high temperature, air quality, blah, blah, blah. It leads to fire. So we've got this fire and water energy. Fire is to do with purification. Water is to do with cleansing. Mother Earth is moving and shaking and will ascend. And we will ascend with her, but the guidance is we have to move with her. We have to dance with her, the eternal dance. But it feels as though we arrive somewhere new by the 22nd of August. Now, what this doesn't mean is suddenly everything is paradise come 22nd of August and the next Aquarian full moon. We're at that stage. We're just like, oh my God, I got through that. And I'm aware I'm saying I got through that. So it may very well be that in the next 4 weeks, there are events that play out that are difficult, but we survive it. Let's just pull some middle cards. I want to use this deck, the Magical Nordic Tarot. I really want to do, and I will do a video for you soon, which is going to be more of a teaching video, linked into the tarot and, well, just reading cards, because I love reading cards. And I always find it fascinating in terms of what decks I choose for any session or any video or any work that I do with people. So this Nordic Tarot demanded to be in here today. So let's see what it has to say then. What have you got to say for the period between now and 22nd of August? What are these Aquarian full moons all about, please? Let's have 4 cards from this deck. Okay, 8 of Swords, King of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, I know where this is going, and the 7 of Pentacles. And then we've got the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. First, so remember that Aquarian energy is all about the analytical mind. Air is linked into Aquarius. Air element is to do with the analytical mind. Okay, it's what we've got up here. It's thinking, it's beliefs, it's ideology, it's ideas. Did I say that? Okay, it's all to do with the mind. We've got 2 cards here which are all linked into the mind. Okay, this one feels, and I remember this from recording yesterday, it feels as though many of us have got like, I'm feeling it again. Okay, don't bring it in quite as strongly as yesterday, please, Metatron. Thank you. Yesterday, he literally put this clamp around my head as I was trying to talk to you about what I'm about to say. Today, he's just reminding me of it. Thank you. It's a bit more gentle today, because literally I felt like, and I can still feel it a little bit, it's like humanity, you, me, we've got like a vice-like clamp around our minds. I mean, there is a degree of mind control at play here at the moment in our world, manipulation and lies. It has always been thus. My ears are ringing like crazy. It has always been thus. Mind control might be a triggering word for some people, but you have to realise that when you're born into society, we are all programmed to a degree. We are all programmed to a degree. The question, what Metatron is saying is how good, let's rephrase that, otherwise people are going to get triggered by that, okay. Thank you. How loving is the program, is what he wants to say. Because template might be a better word, he's saying. Okay, template rather than program. It's like the operating software, thank you. Yeah, he says it's the operating software. It's as though the baby comes in, we're born, and then to be able to survive in this world, we are given a piece of operating software. Now, this piece of operating software is about society expects you to do this. Society expects you to behave like this. You can do this, but you can't do that. You can do that, but you can't do this. Some of it is common sense. Some of it is also moral codes, which are very important. Example, 10 Commandments. But other stuff has been manipulated by man. Okay, we all know this, but we're being reminded that it's literally like there's a new operating system coming in to our world. Okay, there's a new software that is available for us to download into our body. But where it needs to download into is our mind. There is a disparity, Metatron is saying, between many of us in terms of what we feel in our hearts and then what is happening in our mind. I've been channeling for a long time that the mind and the heart have to be working in unison with each other, okay? They have to be working in unison with each other. And at the moment, it's as though our heart is trying to take us somewhere, but our mind is stopping us. The mind is in this place, which is the 8 of Swords, which is like, I'm sorry, but I just can't. I can't, or I won't, or I'm almost being seen. It's almost like a robotic type energy, which is like, I am not programmed to do that. That's sort of the energy that we're all in. It's like, I am not programmed to do that. I am not able to go there. What am I talking about? I'm talking about new earth consciousness. It's like I can feel it with my heart. I know I should be really loving and nice to everybody 24/7. Okay? I mean, we're human beings. We're never going to do that. But you get my point. Okay? You get my point. I know what my heart is trying to tell me to do. I know my heart is trying to tell me to go there, be that, help that person, whatever. But my mind then kicks in. My mind kicks in. So this new operating software, it's really interesting that this is all coming through, because it's almost like taking out the more robotic nature of our being. I mean, it could even be an implant type situation. And replacing it with something softer, something more fluid. So it's almost like, you know, those of you that are old enough to remember these things like me, do you remember floppy disks? Okay, I can't remember what a floppy disk looked like. You used to put a floppy disk into your computer, and I guess it was floppy in nature, wasn't it? That's what this new software looks like. That's what I'm being shown. But the thing is, it's put into us. It's not put in without your permission, okay? It's not being done to you. God would never do that. God would never say, right, you get in line, you know. No, you have to be the one that puts your hand up and says, I'm ready. I want to have an upgrade that aligns my heart and my mind to be as one. And what the new program is New Earth, is the Aquarian age. So we're being gifted that, and I think that may very well be some of the work that we do together for Lion's Gate. Okay. Oh, okay. Metatron saying the lion is protecting the software. God, I hope I remember all this stuff, because I'm telling you, I'm about to do things. I'm going to have to write this down. So on the 8/8 portal, I'm just going to write this down. We are going to download new software linked into New Earth Consciousness. At the moment, the lion is safeguarding that new software, and it will not be released until it's meant to be released. It is protected. So you can't skip ahead and say, all right, that sounds great, I'm going to do that now, get ahead of the game. No, it doesn't work like that. 5D isn't about that. The Aquarian age isn't about that. You get it when you're meant to get it, okay? So even though Lion's Gate starts on the 26th, we have to wait until it's birthed in that 8/8 video that I will be doing, okay? I've written it down and I won't forget. Right, what else have we got here? Yeah, because the King of Swords is just that. It's like, no, it has to be done a certain way. It's very precise. Let me have another card on the King of Swords, please. Just having a hot, hold on a minute. I can't put the fan on or you won't be able to hear me. Am I going shinier and shinier by the minute? Probably. Well, there's something in that, isn't there? Shinier and shinier by the minute. We all are becoming shinier and shinier by the minute. Okay, we are all glowing a little bit more because we have more light within us. Look at this card. This is my fan. I bought this as a birthday card for somebody. Licensed to grill. Isn't it great? Oh God! Right. Okay, hold on. What are we doing? We are qualifying, clarifying even. Oh, there's no such thing as mistake in this game. I said we are qualifying the King of Swords. How interesting is that? Because the King of Swords is the one who has the knowledge. He knows what's what. So we have been giving our power away to a lot of people in our world, a lot of institutions who look all bright and shiny on the outside in terms of, I know this and you need to know this. But actually scratch the surface and it's dud information. It's information that links into old Earth. Okay, these are the tools that you need to operate in old 3D Earth, you know, dog eats dog type energy. No, the qualifications to be the King of Swords in the new Aquarian age is, look at him, he's got his sword, okay, he's got the eagle, and he knows what he knows, and He's worked hard for it as well, I'm hearing. He's worked hard for it. I love the fact that he has the stars above his head. He understands the stars and the galaxies and the cosmos, and he understands his place in it. I love his blue cloak, and it's like a baby soft blue cloak. It's not a hard colour. You know, sometimes in the past, figures of authority, because we're still going to have figures of authority in New Earth, has to be somebody to lead. But the colours were very much indicative of sort of, I am in authority and you will obey me. It's like that old patriarchal energy. A lot of us have had that as a template with our father as well. I certainly did. I am your father and you will obey me. And what's coming up now for many of us is like, well, hold on a minute. Actually, there needs to be some respect here. That's a whole other video in itself, I realise. And yes, I have got Joseph here. I have got Joseph here, bless him. Because this is the Joseph energy. In fact, he's wearing the colour. I showed you this statue in the South Africa video. I found this in a skip, didn't I? You see, again, this is all symbolic. Somebody threw Joseph into the skip because they thought, I guess, he was redundant. He wasn't needed anymore. It's like, look at his colour. He's wearing the same blue as the King of Swords. This is gentle peace. It's the energy of gentle peace, soft blue energy, gentle peace, gentle strength, gentle authority, new divine masculine energy. It's the gentle giant energy I'm hearing. It's the father who is he's strong, but he's gentle. He's fair, he's kind, but he's just. Okay, that's what this is. I don't need another card. I've just explained what it is. So that's the new, again, these are the new leaders that are to appear in our world. I mean, doesn't feel like there's many of them around at the moment. Let's not get into all the names that are out there, you know, in our world at the moment. Let's just tell me about leadership in our world, Metatron. Where are we at in terms of leadership in our world? And then where are we heading? Show me where we are with regard to leadership in our world at the moment. We're in the Four of Swords energy and we've got Judgment. So, okay, we as a humanity are reflecting on and trying to make a decision on who we wish to lead us, but it's more about the quality that they embody. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is very much linked into there's a fated moment coming for our world where there's a more softer type of leadership coming in. If you look at this card, we've got three people. They are women, but you know, there's going to be men who lead us in the new Earth energy as well. But there's just something very cooperative about the fact, I don't know, it's like they're all holding a piece of rope. They're all in it together, basically. It's the circle. It's the circle rather than the hierarchical pyramid structure, whereby I'm at the top, you're at the bottom, and you know, you will do what I say. Here, it's like a council. What's coming in is more like a council type energy. So no one person maybe has complete control, but we have situation in different places in our world where communities come together, people come together and decide what is good for the community and for Mother Earth, sitting underneath the tree. Right. I've also got a couple of cards out here linked into Pentacle energy. When I was pulling these cards, I just said, what do we need to know about these Aquarian full moon energies? So we've talked about new leadership being birthed. It doesn't mean that it arrives this month. It just means that society is at a bit of a crossroads where it's starting to question hold on a minute, someone just arriving, obviously. I'll just pause, hold on. Hi, are we still there? Yes. I think I was talking about leadership, wasn't I? And the fact that we are at a juncture at the moment whereby we are being asked what type of leader would we like. I don't want to get into names in terms of, oh, it's got to be this person or that person. I'm talking about the qualities of a leader. What would that look like? I think what we're being asked to do is maybe just think about qualities of leadership. What should it look like in New Earth? And to me, it looks like that. It looks like community and working together. And there's not one person above anybody else. It's a circle. This other card that we got as well, the Three of Pentacles, is about working together, recognizing each other. We've also got the Seven of Pentacles, which is faith, which in many decks is linked into, again, it's planting seeds, having faith that they will grow. So let's think about leadership, not just in politics, but in terms of business, in terms of our community, in terms of our family, role models. Let's dream in it's the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And there is something coming through here about humbleness and gentleness and compassion and working together. Okay, right. Let's put these cards to one side and let's just see anything else that wants to come through in this video. I have also got the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. Let's tune into that, why we've got the High Priestess there. So the High Priestess may very well be saying that, okay, what I'm hearing is that these next 4 weeks are, not only have we got new software coming in and being gifted to us via Lion's Gate, and Metatron will deliver that, I'm hearing. We also have the energy of heightened intuition, heightened ability, psychic gifts. Now, I'm very drawn to this particular Andara that I have sitting here, and it's the colour more than anything that's really pulling me today. It links into the Tanzanite Third Eye spray that we sell, but it equally links into the Higher Self spray. Let me just get it. This one. Okay, it feels like it's a very good match to that colour today. Okay, Higher Self. So next 4 weeks is a fantastic time to tune into your higher self. And again, it's about sort of reclaiming this, the High Priestess or the High Priest within you. Again, going back to what came out earlier in terms of the Atlantean and Lemurian energy, many of us were high priests or high priestesses in those lifetimes. Or if we weren't that, we certainly were within the court, within the, we were taught by somebody like that. So it's about, again, bringing back that wisdom, bringing back those gifts. Let's just tune into the Higher Self spray. Okay, let's see what message wants to come through. That's beautiful. So whereas I was shown this energy that many of us have been around for a long time, not just in this lifetime, but in other lifetimes, of like sort of the clamp around our head, where we have the old program still running. I should do this, it's all to do with the old earth energy, expectation. It's like the clamp. This higher self energy came in like, it was weird, I felt it like the softest spring shower. That's the only way I can describe it. Felt like a beautiful soft spring shower of this beautiful purple light. I'm also being drawn to the crystal iolite. I don't have one to show you, but iolite. And it's to do with, again, it's this new dawn energy that wants to come in around how we think, how we see things, how we judge things, or hopefully not judging things. It's the energy of non-judgment wanting to come in, but it's about perspectives changing. And again, it's all linked in with this Aquarian air element energy. Let's bring in the air element now. Okay, the air element combined with the higher self spray feels truly liberating. Okay, air element. It's funny, I read something in the paper yesterday. It was like the latest warning. about, you know, do not use a fan at night, you know, because if you use a fan at night, apparently to keep cool, and funnily enough, I'm now recording this, of course, without a fan, whereas yesterday I did. It's not supposed to be good for you if you have it on all night because it can blow pollen and dust all over you and it can create mucus and all this type of stuff. I don't know. But the point is, imagine if we reversed that and you had something like, this is an imaginary fan, okay? This is an imaginary fan that you visualize around you, and it's blowing towards you positive ions, positive energy. It's blowing towards you change. It's blowing towards you freedom. It's blowing towards you health. It's blowing towards you healing. Okay, it's as though we have to work with the air element every time we open the windows, every time we go out and take a breath, every time we take a breath anyway, and realizing what we are actually taking into our body, okay? So are you ingesting and breathing in fear and anxiety, or are you actually breathing in, it's literally, I'm just being shown this new dawn, the curtains opening, and you do that on a lovely day. You open the curtains, like, breathe it in, take that in. That's what we need to be doing. So it's working with the energy of air and working with the energy of the higher self. If you've got those sprays, I really recommend them through the next 4 weeks. I will put the links below like I always do for those that might be interested. Bella's lively today. Okay, let's pull a few other cards. Let's try and see if we can keep going on. Quite interesting. There seem to be a lot of men knocking on my door today. Now, I don't mean that in a silly way. I'm talking about literally men knocking on the door. We've got a male teacher in the house at the moment, and that was the first bark that she was barking at, because we have a teacher that comes in to teach my 14-year-old. He's a lovely guy. Well, he seems to be a lovely guy. But again, it's that sort of, there's something about the male teacher energy. I don't know who that was. I think it's a gardener or something. Not that we have a gardener, but again, I can just hear by the tone of the voice, whoever that is outside, he was just saying hello to Bella. So again, it's this arrival of the new masculine energy. There's going to be a third one knocking at the door, is what Metatron is saying. Okay, well, we'll look out for that. Okay. Right, what am I doing now? Any other messages for people watching these? Let's now focus in on 23rd, 24th of July, the immediate one. Oh, okay. Brilliance, nice. Illumination, nice. This is a new deck that was sent to me by one of you. Thank you very much. Ivana Novosik, probably said your name wrong. Apologies. I'll put the description below. The mandala vortex. It's one she's created herself. I don't show all the decks that get sent to me, I have to be honest. I just, but the ones that I really feel guided to, I do. So I felt guided to use this one. So we've got Illumination, Brilliance. Okay, 23rd, 24th of July. Let's have 3 from this deck. What else? Illumination, 23rd, 24th of July. Purity, that one came out yesterday. Hold on, it's about 4 came out together then. We've got Illumination, the White Ray of Light, and one other, please. 23rd, 24th of July, first full moon. No, I just want one, please. Sorry to be fussy, Spirit, but just one. Thank you. Ether element, pure energy. Wow. Look at that. Illumination, the white ray, and the ether element as well. That is literally like a pure blast of fresh energy coming in. I mean, it might come in, I'm feeling it might come in via the energy of air, wind. Let me just see what it says in the book about 33 ether element. What does she say? Concentrating on this image, we connect to the ether element and open up to receive the pure energy that surrounds us. The energy of the mandala gives us fluency and lightness. It elevates and charges us up while bringing brilliance. Just feels like this is just like a big burst of fresh air, fresh ideas. It's like, okay, what I'm being shown is like this big spark of light. That's what I'm actually being shown. It's like a big spark of light. In the UK yesterday, we didn't have one, but there was a load of thunderstorms and lightning. And I did notice that in the southeast, I think it was, of the country, they were predicting 11 thunderstorms. You know, again, it's the numbers, 11 thunderstorms. That thing with China that I was talking about at the beginning of this video, 22 inches of rain. You know, the numbers are always these master numbers. Okay, so I'm seeing a big flash of light. Now, no, I'm not talking about, what was it called? Everyone was going on about 2 years ago. Can't remember what it was called, but you know, we were all waiting for this big flash of light. I knew it wasn't quite going to work in that way. But I am feeling we get something. Let me tune into this. I'm quite interested now. What is this, Metatron? White, I'm just using the white ray. What is this flash of light that you're showing me? Well, okay, it's not, okay, I'm not, he's now showing me the moonlight. The moonlight. Okay, I'm being shown a still pond or a lake, and I'm being shown the moonlight in the reflection of the water. It's very powerful to bathe in the water in these moon phases. Safely, obviously. I have to say that because I don't want people leaping into seas, not being able to see what they're doing, but, you know, safely. Or maybe you can visualize yourself in water in moonlight. There's something very powerful about being out in the full moonlight on both dates, 23rd, 24th of July and 22nd of August. Oh, okay. Healing. There's an extraordinary portal for literally physical healing coming in with these two full moons. Those of you that are healers, it feels as though the healing energy that's going to be coming through your hands is going to be ramping up. But we all effectively have the ability to heal. Literally put your hands onto your body and allow the white ray to come through. Bring through the energy of the diamond light. Step into and own the crystalline energy within you. Start to see yourself as a crystalline being of light. Start to really own the fact that you are a light worker, and light is what you are made of. But definitely it's a moment to pause to receive healing on both of these full moons. What else is being illuminated? What else is being illuminated? Feels like something's being illuminated. Yes, okay. Right. Well, what's being illuminated is this gateway. Okay, what is the gateway? The gateway is probably the 8-8 gateway. But I actually want to say it feels like the whole 4 weeks are a gateway. You know, I'm just going to call it. I think we're in a big portal, guys. This is big. Okay, this is stretching out over the next 4 weeks or so. And we also have, with the gateway, we have the wake-up call. There's a lot of people going to be waking up. There's a lot of people going to be waking up to this manipulation of the mind, the old programs. I'm sorry, but that doesn't really work anymore. You know, what do you mean? You know, that's just the way it is. I hate that expression. That's just the way it is. It's just the way the world is. You know, BS to that. Yeah, sorry to get heavy for a moment, but you know, it's like you can't have the sunshine and the new dawn without really truly looking at the state of the world. But let's just take it a step at a time. Let's go back to the reason we're here today. What can we do today, Metatron? What can we do today and over the next 4 weeks to help birth this? Stay in your heart. Look at that. Stay in your heart and be beside the tree. We've also got the energy of peace. I'll also take that one, rising above. Okay, so let's just take them one at a time. You've heard me say this so many times. You've heard lots of other people say it all the time. But it's so important to stay in the heart, to stay in spiritual communion with each other, to stay in spiritual communion with each thing that is in our life, with nature, with animals, with the planet itself, to realise that we are all somewhere on this tree, that the tree should be abundant for all, that every soul that comes down to incarnate should have a chance to be on the fertile branch, or to create a branch that becomes fertile. That peace is what wants to come in, but peace starts with us. We have to hold the energy of that, and we have to rise above. We have to rise above the dramas and the chaos. And I want to show you another card. This came up in yesterday's reading that I did, which I haven't posted. This is really important. So this is to do with all of the hot air in our world at the moment, probably which is manifesting physically, but equally which is happening down here on planet Earth. Okay, so this is the people that are running around like the headless chickens. These are the people that are, there's a lot of frustration. Sorry, there's a buzzing noise. Let me just do something with my light. Hold on. Hi, just to finish off, sorry, that ring light was buzzing and annoying me. It's interesting because I was about to talk about irritations and frustrations and rising above them. So it's a good illustration. I was able to just shut the noise off by switching it off. We're going to have to try to switch off a lot of the distraction energy that's out there at the moment, a lot of the aggro energy, a lot of the fear energy that others are holding. And it's literally like we are being asked to be up in this beautiful balloon, covered with the rainbow light. We are safe within the basket. We're able to see to the horizon of where we're heading, but we're not caught up in what's happening down here in terms of drama, chaos, fear. We're rising above it, and we do that. Again, that's the gift of the air elemental. You know, it's the bird. It's being able to see from a higher perspective, bird's eye view. And in that place, you're able to feel free, you're able to get clarity, and you're able to see solutions both within your own life and in the wider collective as well. So I hope that helps today. I'm going to leave it there because it is a really hot day, and I just wanted to get something out for the weekend. I'll be back next week when it's a bit cooler, and definitely we will be together for Lion's Gate, but I'll have done something before then anyway. I think there's a new Heart Squad video coming through soon. There's a few of them that are limbering up on the sidelines, wanting to come through, so we'll see what happens with that. Take care of yourselves, have a good full moon. Love you all very much. Bye-bye for now. Bye.